Hey there, I'm Sean Collins. I'm co-CEO of Affiliate Summit, and I have a little history lesson for you about the origins of the meat market that's been going on for many, many years, over a decade, all over the world for Affiliate Summit. And if you aren't familiar with it, it's basically sort of a shrunk down trade show where we have a bunch of tables instead of booths. And so the original purpose was that we had a lot of folks coming to Affiliate Summit who just couldn't quite afford a booth, or they didn't have the staffing for it, or a number of different reasons. But so we realized there were a lot of companies that wanted to get some kind of experience there, and like a home base for people to come find them at and everything. But they didn't really have an option with us. So we were talking one day, and we were like, well, how about we sort of like do a job fair meets an exhibit hall, where we just have like these exhibitor spaces, but they're shrunk down and there are no frills, just a table, and they just have to come there and bring their their flyers, conversation, t-shirts, whatever they're gonna bring. But so we did that, and the first time it was in Affiliate Summit East 2006, which was in Orlando in July. And so we figured, like, nobody's heard of this thing yet, so we're gonna do it in Orlando for the first time, and give all the exhibitors these free tables, and we're sure it's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be on a Sunday, and then the exhibit hall Monday and Tuesday, as it's been for quite a while. Figure people have nothing to do on a Sunday, they really want to have something to do networking wise, so let's do this. And as a quick little sidebar, one second. Okay, now I can go on. As a quick little sidebar, the name actually comes from the New York Post here, paper I used to read a lot back in those days when people still bought papers. There was a dating column every Sunday called The Meat Market, spelled the same way as us, M-E-E-T. And so just thought that was just a great name for what's happening here. A little double entendre, if you may, but figure like people want to meet there, they're sort of seen as meat. Some people are looking to make them as a commodity or whatever. So just figured it made sense, and we did it. And people really embraced the name. So we've seen lots of other conferences just take that as a name for the same thing. So that's flattering. But anyway, it was 2006. It was July 9th. The meat market started about the same time as the World Cup final, where Italy beat France. And so we had this big room, bigger than we needed, with all these tables and everything, and not a whole lot of people showed up. I'd be generous to say half of the exhibitors showed up to their free tables. There were a lot more people that were at the bar at the hotel we were at to watch the World Cup and have drinks and things. So big lesson learned there that almost killed the meat market before it got started. But as luck would have it, we wanted to try again. We were stubborn. We figured we could make it work. So the next January, we're in Las Vegas for Affiliate Summit West, and so that was January 21st was the first day of the whole conference and the meat market that week. So we had it all scheduled, and Brian Littleton, for his table for share sale, and all his crew there, they brought in a TV because the meat market was the same time that Chicago was playing in the NFC Championship game. And so we were noticing that a whole lot of people were crowded around the share sale table to check out the game and watch that. And so we were thinking, like for one thing we learned from Orlando then is let's bring the bar into the meat market, because then we're getting rid of at least one objection on why people shouldn't be there. They want to have drinks. So here are the drinks right here with the networking. And then we saw the success of Brian Littleton having the TV for the Bears game when they beat the Packers, and right there in the meat market. And so that was another objection that we took away. People are like, I want to go see this game or that game. Like, so the drinks are here, the people are here, the game is here. There's no reason for you to go anywhere else. So I suppose that Brian Littleton is the godfather of meat market football games, because from then on we started getting the big screen, as you see currently at any of the Affiliate Summit West shows, because there's always an NFL playoff game or two. So thank you, Brian, for that inspiration. And so that's the little history there. The whole thing almost died before it even got started, and the name of it came from a dating column. So humble beginnings, but thank you for all your support and all these meat markets you've been to at this point. All right, take care.